Hello everyone. Thank you for tuning in to this reading that I'm about to do. There we go. Alright, so this reading is going to be by the Healing with the Fairies reading. I'm going to pull extra messages from this. We're going to start the reading with the medicine card to see what we are, I believe, hold on a second. Yeah, we are the second week into, we are halfway through Mercury retrograde. So things for you should feel a little bit, energy-wise, easier. Plus, we also just switched from, we were in Taurus, now we're in Gemini. So we have that going. That's in the air sign, the mental. You could maybe find yourself being a little bit bipolar, and that's okay, because my mother was a Gemini, and my moon sign is Gemini. So I have a lot of those tendencies myself, which I know that I get from my mother. Anyways, not saying that they are, I just know how to manage mine, but I also know it's there. So with that being said, keep in mind too that when you're dealing with yourself and other people, you could be in of two minds. You know, things could be hot or cold, and it could also be quickly hot and cold. There can somewhat be a moodiness in the air. Keep in mind that, you know, Mercury's in retrograde, so we really have to just be in our awareness and know that things are somewhat wonky right now, and just ride the wave the best that we can. Alright, so with that being said, I'm going to start this reading with a medicine card. So let me go ahead and get that going. Okay, medicine cards. I'm looking for one card message for all viewers. What messages do you have for all viewers at this time? I feel like there's a lot of stuff that wants to come out, because there was a lot of stuff that did come out when I went to shuffle this deck. So, but I'm only going to take a one card message. It is also storming outside, so you may also be able to hear the storm or the rain. It's thundering. Alright, so I thought this card came out keep in mind that how you're looking at this is you're looking at it in the reverse, so keep that in mind. Okay, so at this moment we have Crow. Crow, remember, you are seeing it in reverse. And with these cards here, I always read them from the book. Alright, so this is our medicine and our general energy for like the next 30 days. So Crow is all about law. Keep in mind, well, how she words it in this one, and keep in mind that this is like a Native American deck. This is actually in contrary position. So there is a medicine story that tells Crow's fascination with her own shadow. She kept looking at it, scratching at it, pecking at it, until her shadow woke up and became alive. Then Crow's shadow ate her. Crow is Dead Crow now. Dead Crow is the left-handed guardian. If you look deeply into Crow's eyes, you will have found the gateway to the supernatural. Crow knows the unknowable mysteries of creation and is the keeper of all sacred law. Since Crow is the keeper of sacred law, Crow can bend the laws of physical universe and shapeshift. This ability is rare and unique. Few adepts exist in today's world, and fewer still have mastered Crow's art of shape shifting. This art includes doubling or being in two places at one time consciously, taking on another physical form, and becoming the fly on the wall to observe what is happening far away. So, seriously, and I'm stepping aside from this story real quick, a lot of that right there is during Mercury retrograde. It is definitely a time of self-reflection, which we also have Blue Heron here, which speaks about self-reflection. So, and that Gemini energy and being in, two minds, the shadow and the light. So keep in mind that while, this is all going on, you're seeing your shadow. There is a lot of seeing your shadow and reflecting within that shadow. There's also being able to, with that awareness, is that gift of being able to shapeshift and also be able to master the art of what is going on right now. And it says here too that only a few people know how to do that. So if you're watching this, you're one of those few people, I would say, that know how to do this. So the Europeans came to Turtle Island, where or those that came were named the boat people by Slow Turtle. Even with the knowledge of alchemy possessed by certain boat people, none had ever seen the powerful shape-shifting of shamans who utilized crow medicine. Many boat people were frightened by what appeared to be animals coming into their camps or dwellings to discern their medicine. Crow medicine people are masters of illusion. All sacred texts are under the protection of Crow. Creator's Book of Laws and Book of Seals is bound in crow feathers. Crow feathers tell of spirit made flesh. Crow is also the protector of the Ogallala, or ancient records. The sacred law belts, or wampan belts, beaded by native women long before the boat people or Europeans came to this continent, contain knowledge of Great Spirit's laws, and are kept in the black lodges, the lodges of women, the law which states that all things are born of women is signified by Crow. Wow. So, okay, just a little bit more, because this is a little lengthy, so I'm going to try and talk fast, okay? Children, keep in mind I do have this part highlighted. Children are taught to behave according to the rules of a particular culture. Most orthodox religious systems create mandate concerning acceptable behavior within the context of worldly affairs. Do this and so, and you will go to heaven. Do thus and so, and you will go to hell. Different formulas for salvation are demanded by each true faith. Human law is not the same as sacred law, more so than any other medicine. Crow sees that the physical world and even the spiritual world, as humanity interprets them, are an illusion. There are billions of worlds. There are infinitude of creatures. Great Spirit is within us. If an individual obeys Crow's perfect laws as given by the Creator, then at death, he or she dies a good medicine death, going to the next incarnation with a clearer memory of his or her past. Crow is an omen of change. Crow lives in the void and has no sense of time. The ancient chiefs tell us that now Crow sees simultaneously the three fates, past, present, and future. Crow merges light and darkness, seeing both inner and outer reality. If Crow medicine appears in your card spread, you must pause and reflect on how you see the laws of the Great Spirit in relation to the laws of humanity. Crow medicine signifies a first-hand knowledge of a higher order of right and wrong than that indicated by the laws created in human culture. With Crow medicine, you speak in a powerful voice when addressing issues that for you seem out of harmony, out of balance, out of whack, or unjust. Remember that Crow looks at the world with first one eye and then the other, cross-eyed. In the Mayan culture, cross-eyeds had the privilege and duty of looking into the future. You must put aside your fear of being a voice in the wilderness and call the shots as you see them. If you wonder why I was laughing, I had a little time in my life when I was a little cross-eyed. My eye straightened itself out, but I was thinking back to that time when I was a child and my eye would go cross-eyed. I also had a stutter too, by the way. Anyways, as you learn to allow your personal integrity to be your guide, your sense of feeling alone will vanish. Your personal will can then merge so that you will stand in your truth. The prime path of the true Crow people says to be mindful of your opinions and actions. Be willing to walk your talk, speak your truth, know your life's mission, and balance past, present, and future in the now. Oh, you have to excuse my dog. Shape-shift that old reality and become your future self, allowing the bending of physical laws to aid in creating the shape-shifted world of peace. Alright, so now keep in mind that this came up reverse, okay? So you are an outlaw today, eh? This is one of the varied messages of Crow reversed. The rebel in you has given a yell, and all hell is about to break loose. Oh shit. A word to the wise at this point. Make sure that if you are stepping on toes, you have some backup. The catalyst for a barroom brawl is usually the person with two black eyes. That is what it means to eat crow. If you do not plan to go to such extremes, Crow reverse may indicate that you are merely cheating a little on your diet, or covertly watching the neighbors have a spat, or thinking promises are made to be broken. In any of these situations, the only loser is you. If you are lying to yourself on any level, you have lost the power of Crow. Think about it, and maybe your inner truth will come to you. In seeing what is true, you may need to weed out past beliefs or ideas to bring yourself into the present moment. Contrary, Crow speaks of needing to remember that divine law is not judgment or denial of self-truth. Divine law is honoring harmony that comes from a peaceful mind, an open heart, a true tongue, a light step, and a forgiving nature, and love of all living creatures. Honor the past as your teacher. Honor the present as your creation, and honor the future as your inspiration. Refusing to honor the gifts in your reality can cause emotional pain. An implosion of energy is apparent when rebellion surfaces. Contrary, Crow speaks of broken law. The law of expansion is broken by suppression. This may allow to a situation, an old habit, a person you have given your authority to, or your own fears. It is to always your own creation. So call on Crow and shift that creation to your new reality. Holy shit. That was very deep. And like I said, we have Blue Heron here. So Blue Heron is all about self-reflection. We also have Fox and Butterfly. Butterfly is like, transformation. Butterfly is also known because, butterflies take a cycle, a season, a process, a metamorphosis to become a butterfly. So it's also being able to distinguish, are you in the first stage, the second stage, or maybe it's called phase. And then the third phase would be like the butterfly emerging from the cocoon. So with that, you know how to navigate. And then we also have Fox here, all about camouflage, which is also in reverse or contrary. So you're not able to camouflage something. But keep in mind too that Crow talked about shape-shifting. So what is it that maybe you need to shape-shift and or change and or transform in your life right now? Because it could be something as simple as your thoughts or actual people, place, and or situations. So Raccoon is the generous protector. So there might be something that you're not protecting right now as well. So anyways, let's see what messages lay ahead of us in our Healing with Fairies deck. Fairies looking for 10 cards for a Celtic crossbred reading. What messages do you have for all viewers at this time? I'm also going to try and talk fast in this one as well. And maybe my talk isn't fast enough. I'm not sure. Woo! Alright, so we start out with visualization. What are you not visualizing right now, or what are you struggling to visualize? But also, too, keep in mind, are you visualizing the the narrative that you want to see, or are you visualizing like the worst case scenario or with your own thing? What is blocking you at this time is trusting your intuition. So there is something with your intuition, and look, she's in space. She's got like a globe of something, and I don't know if this is like Jupiter, the moon. It could be the moon, but she's in space. So it could be that like Mercury retrograde right now could be, because that is also the planet of communication, is affecting your intuition, your mind, mental clarity. Things are, wonky, seem out of whack, and a little crazy, a little cray-cray. And the basis of this is financial flow. So if you're struggling to trust right now things with your finances, or if things are going to be okay with your finances or money coming in, I would say then, if that's the issue for you at this moment, you need to make sure that everything you are thinking about when it comes to money is for the positive. Be open, because allow your mind and yourself to daydream, and allow your thoughts to wander, but make sure that you create good visualizations around money matters. You may not be seeing the money matters right now, but that does not mean that the thoughts and things that or the seeds you are planting right now are not going to come together in the future. So, that future can be 3 weeks from now, 3 months from now, 3 years from now. You never know. So it is right now crucial that I would say that you watch how you steer your thoughts. Now, in the past, I would say that there was an awakening here in the past, awakening to something, whether this is you or the people around you or your atmosphere or things that are going on. It could have been, too, that nature, we went into spring and the flowers blossomed, and there's a fairy in this card, and I went outside yesterday and I had like a ton of mushrooms that like grew overnight, I feel like. But there is an awakening or birth of something, and let me see what's right here. Oh, vacation. You may feel like right now you're either on a vacation, or you're about to go on vacation, or you're thinking about vacation. You may be thinking about taking a vacation, but you're not yet sure if you can afford it. Now, I would just keep in mind that, it's Mercury retrograde, which isn't over, and I'm not telling you when to go vacationing or not. If you've already planned a vacation and it's underway, then by all means, go on it. Just know that things can happen, so, be prepared. If you don't have a vacation planned, I would say you need to start planning one, and I would plan something like the middle of June. Middle to end of June. Ooh. And what we're moving into is happily ever after. So make sure that your thoughts are definitely, especially with money, that they're high vibrational, good thoughts. And if you find yourself having the negative thoughts, then I would start recognizing it, start creating a pattern, a healthy habit, and retraining your thoughts to then, rewrite a good story. Boy, my house was shaking on that one. Feel that one in my feet. Alright, your advice is, look, your advice is problem resolved. That's a great card. Try not to worry. I feel like this card is telling you, she's got butterfly wings. We talked about transformation and change. And she's got a snake in her hand. So you may have some things going on around you right now. There's like crazy water and ships in the background. This almost reminds me of the Three of Wands. If you can or can't see, there's a ship right above my finger. The water's rocky. It almost reminds me of the Three of Wands, where you can see, he's standing on the cliff and he can see out. His boats are on the horizon. They're coming in. They're just not there yet, but you can see them. That's what this reminds me of. But something's resolved. Whatever's gotten you in your woes. Now, whatever has you in your woes could be inner child issues. What does that, what can that stem from? So, we have this inner child issues, and this could also be the people that are around you as well, because this is the environment. There could be things coming in to help heal your inner child. There could definitely be something like that going on, where you're having experiences, and it could be because of this, the time we're in, or even a vacation. Like if you take one of those, it could be that this experience, this vacation, whatever, helps to heal parts of your inner child. If you feel like you've got blocks at the time, then I would say it could be just because of the stuff that's been going on in the planets. Alright, so we have in the Hopes and Fears cards, raising your standards. They say it's not a good thing to go out and color your hair, or dye your hair, cut your hair, or whatever during a Mercury retrograde. Especially if it's something you've been feeling like doing that's an extreme. I know as soon as Mercury retrograde's over, I'm getting something done with mine. But I'm going to wait though. But raising your standards, I would say, because I mean it did come out upright, that you are hopeful that you're either feeling good. You must be feeling good, looking good. Okay. Just because of how she's over here standing in this card. She is decked out, dressed up, but like in a very much in like a romantic, like the sculpture, you know, like the sculpture of David, or the Michelangelo, or the great thinker, or even the statue of like Saint Teresa. I mean, she's very much in her clothes and in her pose like a romantic Italian, classic Italian sculpture. So you could be feeling very good. You may be feeling voluptuous. I have been feeling voluptuous. I have put on some weight from COVID, or since the pandemic started. Okay, since the pandemic started. So I am feeling very good, but I'm also like, okay, I need to. Sorry about that. I need to, start trying to get into shape, because in some places I am really voluptuous where maybe I don't need to be. Anyways, so you could be in a time where you're feeling, or you're hoping that either you get like the energy or the stamina or the want or desire to work out, or whatever you're doing right now, you're hoping that that's going to help boost your self-confidence or raise your standards somehow, maybe even help you elevate. And I will tell you that like this inner child healing stuff will definitely help you like elevate for sure. Look, and then our outcome card, we have positive expectations. So it's like expect the positive, and positive expectations is right above happily ever after. So keep in mind that this is like a 30-day reading right here. So this would be like the third week in June, where if you've been feeling a little slump in May, then I feel like we have two really good outcome cards for June. So let's see. There is like some standing, you need to stand your ground in some aspects of something that's going on in your life. You need to be more self-reliant. And I feel like too, that's why she's confident right here, is because she is definitely like handling things herself. If you are wondering how to handle things yourself, then know that you can and will figure it out. I feel like if you just daydream and things about it, daydreaming will help bring about, if you can't go on a vacation, and if you're somewhere where you can get outside, get outside. Like, I'm going to have a vacation tomorrow, and I'm not even going to leave my home. But I'm going to put my bathing suit on. I'm going to go outside and lay out in the sun and sunbathe. I got some mimosas to make so I can enjoy myself. And, yeah. And that's going to help also, too, raise my standards, because it's going to help me elevate some way, shape, or form when I get this tan on. Oh. Now, all this, a lot of this is going on right now because of Mercury retrograde. Like, we have this environmental awareness, or you could be noticing that your outside environment is speaking to you more. You could notice that it's actually helping you heal. There's a lot of inner power and awakening of your true self that's going on at this moment in time. If I were you, I would embrace it and see where it takes you. And if you don't know where it's going to take you, spend some time thinking about it and daydreaming about it. When you find the things that you like, write them down. Make yourself notes and just leave it where you'll see it when you come around it and read it and look at it as the days go on, and start implementing a plan to bring those things into fruition. And get creative. You know, go after your wants and desires. Make a vision board. Do what you can to elevate yourself and your environment. Alright, so I'm going to pull extra guided messages from this deck. Alright, believe in your own magic. I'm looking for 3 cards. What messages do you have for everyone at this time? Boy, that's a lot. If you would like to donate, then please donate either through Facebook. You should be able to do that in the messenger thing, or you can donate to me on Cash App. It's TheUrbanWomanNC. You know, the little dollar or @ sign or the $sign, TheUrbanWomanNC. And then I'm also on PayPal as TheUrbanWomanNC. Ooh, we have protest with start a revolution. That card came up for me as well when I did my own reading. Oh, hold on just a second. I messed this up. Alright, so protest, start a revolution. The number 28. You've been looking around and noticing that the world is often unjust, but you're not sure what to do about it. Like Katniss, you need to be the first spark of your own revolution. Educate yourself. Stand up for yourself. Don't forget to stand up for others, whether or not you have shared experiences. If you can speak up and do so safely, then do it. Alright, and then we have flower. Be honest with yourself. We do ourselves a major disservice when we aren't truthful with ourselves. There's something you know to be true, yet you continue to ignore it. Lying to yourself may feel like the easiest thing to do, but things have changed. It's time for you to face reality, even if it makes you uncomfortable. No matter the outcome, it won't be nearly as bad as you think. Alright, so then we have 43 with spaceship. Don't be afraid to sing. You've been made to believe that your voice, that your unique points of view in the world isn't worth very much. Let me tell you, that could be further from the truth. Your words are worth all the stars in the night sky, so don't forget to sing whenever you have the chance. Your voice is powerful enough to sink a dozen spaceships. Holy cow. Alright, so with that we have Witch with justice is coming. If you feel that you have been wronged in some way, shape, or form, stay vigil. What does vigil mean? Okay, I'm not exactly sure. I say vigil because of the meaning from that Earth Magic deck with the stones, the stone people. Vigilance. Stay vigilant. Okay, justice is coming. This is the messages from the bottom of the deck, by the way. Okay, so we have dragons. Slay them all. This is one card that comes up for me a lot. I love that card. Alright, then we have nostalgia. Focus on the here and now. Expectations. Don't seek anyone's approval. Alright guys, I hope this was of help. If you liked it, please feel free to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Feel free to make a donation, and I will see you all again here soon. Today is May 28th, 5/22. So I am going to start doing the zodiac readings, and they will be posted to my YouTube channel here this week. All right, thank you all. Take care, and namaste.